Yeah, so this is what we doing. This is what we doing. We're reading from Mantak Cha's book on healing light of the Tao. Okay, Mantak goes on to say, this is his introduction. What is the Tao? The word Tao means the way of nature and the universe, or the path of natural reality. It also refers to a way in which we can open our minds to learn more about the world or spiritual paths and ourselves. I'm going to read that again. The Tao. The word Tao means the way of nature and the universe, or the path of natural reality. It also refers to a way in which we can open our minds to learn more about the world, our spiritual paths, and ourselves. Goals of the Universal Tao, a practical system. Taoism is a practice of body, mind, and spirit, not just a philosophy of mind. When we have the true sense of the Tao, of the real knowledge and wisdom, we are we are able to make the right decisions in our lives. Taoism involves, wait a minute, let me read that again. When we have a true sense of the Tao, of the real knowledge and wisdom, we are able to make the right decision in our lives. That's when the body, mind, and spirit are aligned as one. Taoism involves many practical disciplines that can restore our lost youth, energy, and vitality while awakening our deepest spiritual potentials. Taoists regard those practices as a technology that can help us learn universal truths if we are willing to open our minds. The practice of Taoism has three main goals. If you're just now joining, welcome. I am the Oracle Treehouse, aka the Intuitive Rebel Healer. Welcome to my Tao Sessions. This Tao session, we are reading from one of the books by Mantak Cha, Healing the Light of the Tao. Mantak goes on to say, the practices of Taoism have three goals. They have three goals in mind when it comes to the Tao. Learning to heal, love, and be kind to ourselves as we develop compassionate hearts and a wholeness of being. That part. And that's the first goal. To heal, love, and be kind to ourselves as we develop compassionate hearts and a wholeness of being. I love that. 2, learning to help, heal, and love others from the abundance of healing and loving energies we receive from the forces of nature, heaven, and earth. That sounds like the physical too. So not only are we healing ourselves on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels, but we're also helping to heal others from the abundance of healing and loving energy we receive from nature, heaven, and the earth. To me, I feel like that goal says it all, meaning that, okay, if you got it, spread that shit around. Whether it's cheer, whether it's happiness, whether it's um financial. Yeah. And then the third one, learning our original source and helping it unfold within ourselves. That one right there, number three. Number three is all about you connecting with your original source because you're in harmony. Three speaks of you being in harmony with the Tao. The little Tao, which is you, is in harmony with that big Tao. In the words of Louise Hay, all is well in your world. And then he goes on to talk about the final destiny. The final destiny. The ancient masters, welcome. The ancient masters recognize that these potentials can include the possibility of obtaining conscious freedom in the after death state. These specific exercises, we can avoid suffering. Let's see, through specific exercises, we can avoid suffering the experience of death by expanding the consciousness beyond the physical body before it demises. This makes it possible to determine our future existence before leaving this life. Wow, that's deep. Oh, wow, that's deep. I just realized that. And I've read this book before. Interesting. Well, you heard him. He said expand our consciousness beyond our bodies before we leave these bodies. Hmm. Hmm. That makes it possible to determine our future existence before leaving this life. And I know some of the stuff over here that I talk about can be related to um with that book and even other books because I believe I have one of the volumes. I gotta get the other volumes. The meta netter. Meta netter is one that speaks of things that the Tao speaks of too. Um so yeah, even the Hindus, their holy books speak of the same. So it's not like the stuff we're talking about here, referring to the Tao, is not like connected. Like I said, everything is connected. Everything is connected. Universal spiritual independence. I love this part right here. Okay. All spiritual paths ultimately lead to the truth. The Tao is both a philosophy and a technology for seeking and finding the truth of the universe, nature, and humanity. Its focus goes beyond one single path or viewpoint. The Tao is not a religion, as it requires no initiation or ceremonies, but it is the outcome of all religions, departing from dogma at the point of truth. Interesting. It leaves behind all religious beliefs, just like the clothing of past seasons. The Tao is also a goal of science, but it leaves behind all scientific theories as part and temporal descriptions of the integral truth. Taoism includes all matters of religion and science, yet its breadth, breadth goes far beyond the limits of devotion and intellect. Sad, sad. So, yeah. Mentok goes on to say the master keys. Taoist teachings are like master keys, unlocking all doors. They assist people in their lives as do all religious teachings. Yet the teachings of the Tao transcend religion where while retaining the essence of spirituality. They explain and demonstrate the truth of the universe directly rather than on the level of emotions, thoughts, or beliefs. For this reason, students of the Tao have little cause for skepticism or endless searching. The ultimate truth. The ultimate truth. Oh, and if you're just joining, welcome. I am the Oracle Treehouse, aka the Intuitive Rebel Healer. Tonight's Tao session, we're reading from Healing of the Light of the Tao by Mantak Cha. Commentary by you, girl, because this is one of the books that I study from to learn more about this thing called the Tao and how it's showing up in my life and everybody else's. And if you're reading the Tao Te Ching, if you've read some of Mantak's books, particularly this one right here, um, put it in the chat. Say, you know what I'm saying? Say hey or whatnot. I just did a live earlier today on the Clock app. Because I want to connect with y'all. Tao, and that's the one thing about Tao. I love Tao because you can stand alone or you can stand with others. That is like the coreness of one of the corenesses of Tao. You know, I'm one, but I know if I come over here and get with these or get with my peoples, we can do great things. So, yeah, but that is the gist of it. Be stronger than ourselves so we can be strong within each other. Moving on, the ultimate truth philosophy. Also, too, if y'all feel guided to see it in your heart, this is a labor of love for me. I love this. I love what I do. Um, but I know I live in a yin yang world, and that currency is what it is. So go to my link tree, check me out, do what you do. I appreciate you in advance. Alrighty. Um, the ultimate truth. Philosophy, science, religions all contain some aspect of truth found in the Tao. The teachings of the Tao reflect the center of the ultimate truth, ourselves and the universe. Yes, and help us to reach our own. We can believe in any religion or spiritual path and still benefit from these teachings because the Tao serves only to promote spiritual independence. There are, let's see, there are no ultimate matters or gurus in Taoism. Nope, because we become our own masters capable of controlling our own destinies and knowing who we really are as we explore the marvelous hidden powers within the Tao of humanity. All the great gods, immortals, sages, saints, and holy men and women are our teachers and advisors. That is spiritual independence. That is what I feel like, as a people, and I don't mean like people as in melanated people or Latino people or even the snow bunnies. No, I mean human beings. Human beings at a whole. This is what we are coming up on. Um, Matter of fact, that's a form of sovereignty. If you're not familiar with that word, please go Google it. Um, but that is the thing that we're on. For some people, and I know some of y'all like, is that what you see? Yes. Yes. I know y'all like, no, because they're playing in our faces. They're showing us stupid shit, but really and truly we are on the edge of this where it's time for that. So yeah, the whole sovereignty thing, I feel like it's on all levels. Not just spiritual sovereignty, physical sovereignty, financial sovereignty, emotional sovereignty, like, yeah, what that book say? We were made in his image. Their image is everywhere. We're just the cup. What's in us is the universe in some form, fashion, shape. Yeah, the configuration is just different. So yeah, we're coming up on this universal spiritual independence, and a lot of y'all are already onto it, vibing to it, relating to it. If you're listening to me, then yeah, you are onto your universal spiritual independence in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So, congratulations. Study well. Um, Cultivating body, mind, and spirit. We need food to nourish our bodies, minds, and spirits. Religion, Religions try to fulfill us with spiritual food when we don't know how to fulfill ourselves. Taoism suggests that everything, excuse me, everything in life can provide nourishment for some aspect of our being if we know how to access that nourishment. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm going to read that again. Taoism suggests that everything in life can provide nourishment for some aspect of our being if we know how to access the nourishment. Interesting. Taoist practice can help us determine our goals and receive physical, mental, and spiritual food in a natural way. There's a natural way thing again. And when we say natural way, like nothing's forced. Like however you're finding me, like if I just popped up on your timeline, that's kind of in a way a natural way. Um, but then again, the algorithm would have to know that, oh, they're into, I don't know, certain stuff. I could be, what do they call it? Juno positioned or Juno positioned. Either way, it vibes. They also try to teach us how to return to our source, the Wu Chi, the Godhead, and thereby attain spiritual independence as we learn to live harmoniously with nature and the universe. Book or podcast you recommend to everyone? Um, I'm reading it. Oh. Mm. Oh. Um, yeah, so if you're just joining, welcome. I'm the Oracle Treehouse, aka the Intuitive Rebel Healer, and I just got finished talking about how the Tao is cultivating your mind, body, and spirit. Just read a passage from a book called Healing Light of the Tao by Mantak Cha. And yeah, this is when we practice Qigong, that's what we do. Or Tai Chi. But again, remember, you don't have to do Qigong. You can find your own Tao. You can find your own Tao, what works for you, like I've been saying, and like I will continue to say. I want you to think. I want you to take what resonates and leave the rest. If it don't resonate with you, it don't resonate with you. If it do resonate with you, okay. Add that to your toolbox, to your bag of jewels, or look more into that. But yeah, anywho, I just wanted to read a little bit. Any questions, concerns, comments? I think we're going to break right there. And I'm going to look through. I have not read through this book in a minute. I love Healing the Light Tao because Man talks about nature. Tao is nature, and he goes into depth. Like he has a whole chapter on cosmic force. That type of energy. Remember, energy, frequency, vibration. Energy goes where attention flows. Yes, that part too. But also, there are different types of energies. The universe. The universe is its own energy. Heaven is its own energy. Earth is its own energy. Humanity is its own energy. That energy is different. He has a whole issue on the energy of our sexual energy. Did you know that the sexual energy of a human being is so freaking powerful? Like it can create, yes, it can create another human being, but it can do so much more. I believe that is part of, at least here in America, our missing link, I guess you could say. Because we are using that power to create, but We're not consciously creating these babies. We're not responsibly creating these babies. And I think we've come to that understanding in one way or another for some of us, but they're still trying to iterate it because they know and they understand how powerful we are, how powerful we can be. But yeah, I digress. Anywho, if there are no other questions, concerns, comments, I'm going to holler at y'all later. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I don't know, I might post this, I might not. I don't know. I'll let y'all know. Anywho, I'm going to holler at y'all later. Love you all. Wait a minute. I'll make it even 30. I like that. Make it even 30. I like that. Yeah, we're going to make it an even 30. 30, yay! All right, y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Bye.